Evening all, welcome back to Kicking Dust. And to be honest with you, this is a stomp, and it's a stomp both ways, right? So this is just an insane match, and it's against my own corp. Yeah, sorry about that, dudes. Well, what am I saying sorry for? They're hunting me, for flip's sake. So yeah, it's gonna get kind of messy. Anyway, so how are you, bro? I'm very well. I've got to admit the games today and yesterday were just rather amazing. There's an event on at the moment. I was going to talk about it in the last video, but I forgot. Lol. The event is actually to name a gun. Ooh, your existence is now basically quantified, clarified, and enriched by the fact that you maybe can call your gun, your stupid name is assault rifle, or your stupid name's scrambler rifle. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really don't like this. No, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be negative. It's a brilliant idea. CCP once again do prove that their events team are actually quite capable, very capable in fact, because I think that is actually a really good idea to name the gun. It's also the system behind it is rather good as well. So you can have a good few days playing, but you have to accept that across 4 weeks, you're going to be the best across one particular week. I like that. So just to be clear, the event runs for the weekends only, so that's Friday to Monday, I believe. And you have to use the proto variant or Aurum proto variant of the gun that you want, and it's limited to certain guns as well. So because there's no Flaylock, I'm not taking part. I could have taken part, but I'm not going to win. I don't play it as much as you lot do. Crikey, I've got videos to make, bro. I'm kidding. But to be honest, I just, I'd love to have done it, but to be honest, ooh, no, not me. But because there's no Flaylock in it as well, I'm not particularly interested. Had there been a Flaylock, then I would have been right there, but sadly not. Anyway, so the idea is that you have 4 weekends to kill as many dudes as you can, and then so let's say week 1 you kill 3,000 people with the assault rifle. That, and then week 2, 3, and 4 you don't kill anybody, but you got the most in week 1 and then you win. So that's good. So there's a real nice kind of there's a frame of window to actually get a good result there. And then you get to name the gun, but again, you're not allowed to just name it anything. So you can't call it Loves to Spooge's combat rifle. You have to actually call it something, that CCP will agree to. And to be honest, that means you're pretty much going to be told what to call it. And then you'll get the ability to maybe, I don't know, make some of the letters capital maybe. I don't know. That'll probably be all you're able to do. But to be honest, it's not a bad thing, because quite frankly, just allowing the players or the player to actually name a gun, an officer variant of the gun no less, is a frightening and startling revelation for me. Because to be honest, most people, as I shoot myself with a goddamn plasma cannon, I do that all the time now. Anyway, so I think, just to be honest, people are not going to be terribly, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. I don't think they'll take it too seriously, because I certainly wouldn't. I'd call it something relatively pithy and witty, and I think that's because that's me. That's the way I am, I guess. But no, it's a nice idea. I love it. I think CCP really do. They get it. They really do. This kind of, the events team just literally know what we like, and they do it well. And the events actually are pretty important as well. So let's just talk about that, because if you don't have events, people, there's no reason to log in effectively. So you need to have some reason to log in. And I think by CCP doing this, they give you a reason to log in, and that's really nice. I do like that. I think this is a very kind of a needed factor of the game. If anything, it's actually what I think PlanetSide 2 was missing at some point, because PlanetSide 2, again, great game, but my god, it was very samey. And there was no, I mean, again, I know they did events, quote, Friday night, team night and all that, but it was all a bit, it was a bit piss-watery weak, it was a bit like, I didn't like it. So to be honest, I think there's quite a bit left to do, I suspect. But there, so to be honest, I think I'm really quite excited for this new event. I think it's a great idea. GG CCP. Anyway, so this is a bloody tough match, isn't it? Go through my proto a little bit here. Now, to be honest, again, we should probably explain a little bit more about maybe what's happening in the game at the moment. It's around the kind of end of June, and to be honest, it's an interesting time because the CPM1 candidacies are now in. A number of people have been approved, which is great. I'm still skeptical of the whole reason of it. And, you know, we're going to do a video on this, but I think my kind of issue with it is that I just wish that, you know, we had, I don't know, more information about the game, because it's very unclear really what CCP plan to do with this game at all anyway. So, you know, we spoke about it in the last video. It's just slightly surprising that they're doing a CPM at all. And I know they're kind of, you know, saying, well, eventually we may do something with Legion, blue, but the reality is it's not really going to be Legion at all. I think that is worth, it's worth making sure that people understand that. I know a lot of people are doing this because they think they're going to be beta testers for Legion, and I think that's probably not a very valid reason at all. I think the focus of the CPM 1 has to be entirely on Dust, because there's still a game here and there's still a community here, and I think, to be honest, if they shirk that responsibility, then then heaven help them from the wrath of Pyrex. Because, well, to be honest, do I care that much? Not really. I think, you know, it would be good to see a bit more focus on Dust, and, you know, from CCP in terms of where they may be going with the bloody game, because it's still not entirely clear what they want to do with it. And to be fair, I don't think even they know. As they watch player base kind of stick around. I mean, you know, I want to say that, to be honest, the player base do seem to be sticking around. It feels like they are. I mean, I could be wrong. Post in the comments, tell me what you think. For me, though, I do believe that there's still quite a lot of people playing this game. Matchmaking is a difficult place, to be honest. Let's not forget that. Matchmaking still puts us into matches of the same dudes. But it's not excessive. So when I say the same team, you might get the same squad for a tranche of matches. So, you know, you'll run for the same 5 matches or so, because if you all get into the match and then you press you know, if you press like look for battle at the same time within the first few minutes, within the same few minutes, it seems that they put you in the same one, which again is fair enough. I think that kind of makes sense. So if you do want to, you can get out of those tranches, because some of them are terrible. Then last night in the stream, it was just painful watching what the French run around in their all proto heavy machine gun using fits. I mean, that is obviously fit of the month when you see what the French use in it, because it was just like kin cats on heavy frames, and they're strafing. My God, they strafe better than a scout. So to be honest, they've probably found some little sneaky fit, used them with kind of like high sensitivity keyboards, etc. like that. I mean, it's just the absolute epitome of modded controller douchebaggery that I just hate, to be honest. This is why partly this game has got a bit of an issue being on I guess the console to a degree, because I don't know, because the controller settings and the mouse and keyboard settings, I think they've made a bit of a rod for their own back, because it does feel that you can crank up settings and really skit about on the floor. I don't ever remember people doing that in other shooters I've played. You couldn't strafe like you can in this game, and I think almost you should make it that you can't strafe when you're firing. I think that should be that'll be a wonderful addition to see. I know they'll never do it, but it'll be interesting to see how people react to that, because to fire, you know, you kind of have to be stood still, don't you? You could maybe be running with lighter guns, but heavy machine guns that strafe, what? And they strafe fast, seriously fast. So that's obviously fit of the month, and I think that's kind of what gets me about the game a little bit. It grinds my gears, as the Griffin would say, to be honest, because it's like, it's just every fix they do, or change they do, or whatever you call it, they end up creating an absolute, you know, quagmire of, there you go, another Family Guy reference. They end up making a quagmire of changed bollocky tactics, and I think that's kind of my sad face about this, because it just feels that whenever something gets buffed or nerfed or whatever, you know, it just changes the fit of the month gang to another fit. And so, you know, what the French have figured out, that if you run heavies with probably a couple of king cats and then the rest armor plates, etc., then you can, when you engage someone, you just strafe left and right really fast. And to be honest, heavies doing this is just stupid. I could maybe forgive scouts doing this. So there we go. So that was the revelation of last night, is that yet again the game seems to be crapping out another load of crappy tactics, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? Hell of a match, as you can see, with air on clones looking pretty good. To be honest, I did get the impression I was being hunted slightly. Can't think what gave me that, bros, because I was. But it's always good to play good players. It really is, and I think that is probably the joy of the game. Is some of the best matches we've had for the last few weeks have been against incredibly good players, and that's the beauty of it. That's got to be the fun element of this game. Is that when you get a good gang versus a good gang, the game sings. It is electric in every sense, and I think that is gorgeous. It really is. Combine that with kind of more interesting guns and a little bit less rate of fire, aim-assisted, bollocky shenanigans, and I think this could have been something quite special. But lo and behold, they brought in aim assist. Don't know why. We'll talk about that in the next video because I really want to kind of analyse this. In fact, that's probably a good point. As we get to these kind of last few videos in the Tactics series, the reality is that Season 3 is coming to an end. And so maybe, just maybe, it's time to have a single final series of Dust. And I think we're going to call it something poetic, like The Dust Has Settled, or Done and Dusted, or something trolly and funny like that. But that's going to be pretty much the future of this game on our channel. And we're not going anywhere, we're going to still keep playing it, but I think we're just going to narrow it down and diverge into a single playlist, a single series that you can have assurance will be just, you know, a kind of respectable closing Twilight Hours of Dust review for probably another year. That's probably the sad part of this, is that this game could well be going on for another year. Well, not sad, but you know what I mean. The thought of doing a video a day for a year on this as it declines, not sure about that, bro. Anyways, there we go. I won. It was an amazing match. Thank you to all who played. It was just incredible. And thank you for hunting me, you bastards. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.